So when you come back to, sometimes when I get angry with you, right? And when you come back to sometimes when your kids spaz out on you, it's that I don't want to let fear determine my actions. I don't want to let that internal helicopter parent or that internal fear. And I'm not saying you helicopter parent me or anything like that, but
Jeez, I hope not.
any fear that's going on, I just look at it as a challenge, not in a stupid way, but in a way like, I'm thinking about adding more value to people here with this. I'm not going out to buy a drug. I'm going out to buy some microphones, or I'm going out to buy, equipment that I can communicate to people with. I can, send a message that can make a difference. So I think that that's a faith-based approach to handling fear. And I think that's the highest level, in my opinion anyway. And I'm open to learn. But, I think that's the highest level that we can kind of take our fear approach to when approaching fear.
Yeah.
Is from a place of faith.
Absolutely. Faith
in our own inner goodness, faith in our own ability to persevere through whatever challenge may come as a result of taking those actions.
Yeah, I remember this, reading this somewhere and learning about it, that you can you can take actions out of either one of the two drivers, I guess, either out of fear or out of love or faith, essentially.
Yeah.
So when faced with a situation where I'm unsure about how to proceed, or I feel that fear, coming back to that question of like, okay, like, am I acting out of fear or am I acting out of love? Well, what would my action here be if it was out of fear? And what should my action be if it was out of love and faith?
Yeah.
Right? And it's choosing the love and faith, and whatever that action is, that's the right thing to do. Yeah. And sometimes it's really scary. It's scary as shit, but it's the right thing to do. An example? Well, I mean, it would be, for example, like what comes to my mind is stepping into my passion. Okay. So like, with COVID, like I didn't really fully step into it until COVID hit, because
why is that?
As you know, I worked, I had a job, I was serving at a restaurant, I was playing around, having a business for the past 3 years before that.
Now, just for sake of conversation, what do you mean by playing around?
That was a pretty truthful verb there, because it was.
Yeah. So tell me.
When I say that, because I wanted to have a business, and it was a dream of mine probably since I graduated, since 2010. Now, I'm saying playing around because I kind of had a business, like I was teaching classes and workshops, and then I was selling essential oils, part of the doTERRA, and I had a couple of coaching clients on the side, but it was far from generating a consistent income, so really, was that a business? It was more of a hobby, really. It was making a couple of grand a year was not a business. I mean, let's be real.
So what does business mean to you now?
Well, and some may argue that. Some may say it's still a business, going out and having the incentive to hear me out. But having the incentive to do your own thing and find out a service that you can provide and charge money for on your own without someone telling you what to do is a business, right? But I think that a lot of people, and me included, in that desire to be an entrepreneur and have a business, I was in a way lying to myself that I did have a business to make myself feel good. Yeah. But that was really preventing me from actually facing the truth head on and realizing that this is not really a business. Yeah. And there's a lot more things I need to be doing, and taking this and be way more committed to it before it can actually become a business. Because I was almost even though I was far from the huge goals I had, I was resting in a level of comfort, with that. And I was still, excuse me, I was still in an employee mindset. I was still safeguarded from the risks of entrepreneurship by this comfort of a steady paycheck. And
I love this conversation.
It really had to, I really had to take a real look at it. And you played a huge part in it, and you know that. Many times when you were driving me to work and giving me these speeches about how I need to really think about
Preach.
where I'm putting my efforts, and it needs to be 100% into something. And, it's true. And as much as like I didn't really like it at the time, and it made me uncomfortable, and again, shit scared, I truly appreciate it because unless we fully 100% commit to something, we cannot know ever how successful we can be at it. And there are cases of people that have started businesses slowly on the side, part-time, slowly replace their income. And it's not for everybody to quit their job immediately and jump head on, straight on, dive deep into the world of business and put everything on the line. That's not for everybody. However, for me personally, I can't do something half-assed. And having that safety blanket, just kind of like, it meant that it was preventing me from putting everything I could in it. And part of my mind, part of my energy was still like I was holding back a lot.
Yeah.
And so with COVID, losing my job, having that time to basically focus on fully me and my growth and my business, and literally eliminated all excuses for anything else. I still could have used excuses and felt sorry for myself and how horrible life is and the world is.
Oh my God.
But I tried to, after the initial month of a lot of crying, a lot of shit
you
coming
got your
out,
shit together. That's the whole
shit
point.
Coming out. I got my shit together
Yeah,
eventually.
you totally got your shit together.
Yeah. And, and I stepped into it. And and that's what has created a lot of the results that we have right now. And I can feel like a rocket ship that's fully charged and going in one direction, you know, and there's nothing that's in the way of stopping me, because there's no way. And I know 100% of my efforts are committed in that one direction, going with you. So
yeah. And if you take that and understand that, if you're in a position where you're questioning things and you're at a job, you're at a regular job, because I had the same experience. I lived the same experience prior to you. And even when I was telling you that, I had another business that was sitting right there that was like, you can make a lot of money with this, right? You here's the temptation. It's like the devil whispering into your ear and telling you, here, just come over here and make some money. So that was there. And I was speaking into my own life at that point, which you were next to me witnessing, both of us going through this transition.
Yeah. And
I was just dying for my own commitment, the same way you were. And we were like two trains heading towards each other that both wanted the same thing. And when we recognized that and we both committed to that, then we started heading the same direction. Right? We smashed into each other, reflected everything that we weren't doing that we really wanted to do. And like our first date, kicking a soccer ball around, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, the ball just back and forth, having so much fun with it, right? But it's a game. It's a game, back and forth. It's mirroring. And then eventually you want to start creating a different reality.